Karl Marx did not invent communism. That's a misconception. That's a lie. He did not invent communism. Communism predates Marx. Marx coexisted with Marx and continued after Marx. Marx was influential in some circles, but Marx himself did not invent communism. He did not dream up this idea called communism and then introduced it to the world. It did not work like that. First of all, let's get rid of the term communism, because it's too narrow. Anti-capitalism. He did not invent anti-capitalism. He did not invent classical leftism. But, there was a lot of different figures. First of all, it was the millions and millions of people that were unnamed that were just living their lives doing their radicalism. But Marx did not invent communism, did not invent anti-capitalism, did not invent classical leftism. And also, being critical of capitalism doesn't automatically make you a leftist. You can be a right-wing critic of capitalism. You can be a centrist critic of capitalism. It's just idiotic that a lot of people think, oh, Marx invented communism. He didn't. He didn't invent anti-capitalism. He did not invent leftism. No one really talks about Bakunin or Blanqui or Kropotkin or Malatesta or Berkman or just anyone. And that's really talking about the 19th century. But some lies I hear about, directed at the communist movement in the 20th century or even now, I heard teachers say this. I work in a school system, so I get to observe a lot of teachers. I'm a paraprofessional, so I go into classes, pretty much keep my mouth shut, and just listen to what teachers have to say. And the stuff I hear is moronic. And these are the people teaching our kids. It's I heard one teacher who was a history teacher say that Stalin was best friends with Hitler, was allies with Hitler, then changed his mind and became anti-Hitler, an anti-fascist. It's say what you will about Stalin and the Soviet Union, but to call the Soviet Union they were allies with Nazi Germany? No! The West was more friendly to Hitler than Stalin did. Stalin, messed up guy in a lot of ways. Not gonna lie about that. He was a lot of, he did some messed up stuff. He was a human. Humans do, barbaric stuff. And, there's some people who say he's a narcissist. And I could definitely understand that. And being married to a narcissist, I understand, how brutal narcissism is. They don't look at people as people. They look at people as objects to be used and abused and disposed of. Okay. But Hitler and Stalin weren't best friends. Alright. Another misconception I hear a lot. I heard, an English teacher say this one time. That, communism means that everyone gets to pay the same wage regardless of what they do. That, everyone has the same property, everyone has the same wages, everyone has the same, and it doesn't work, and it just fails, and everyone starves. And then, like, first of all, no one believes that. At least no communist believes that. And even if they did, I mean, they whatever. And then he was like saying, "Oh, and they tried it in the Soviet Union and it failed." First of all, when in the Soviet Union did everyone get paid the same? And when in the Soviet Union did, like, everyone have the same housing, the same job, the same shirt, the same everything? I mean, when did that happen historically? And also, the Soviet Union had a lot of problems. A ton of problems, actually. But to call the Soviet Union a failure is moronic. Because before 1917, Russia was pretty much a third world country, stuck in the dark ages. I mean, they had, like, no electricity. I mean, they had, like, horses and carriages. They had, like the majority of people couldn't read. Millions of people were starving, like, every year. They just got destroyed during World War One. I mean, they were a complete mess. I mean, then when the Soviet Union really came into being, like, in 1921, 1922, after, like, a civil war, the Soviet Union saw rapid industrial growth and rapid economic growth. The Soviet Union was they went from a third world backwards dark ages country to a superpower, which single-handedly defeated Nazi Germany and was the first country ever to put to explore space. Now, I'm not an apologist for the Soviet Union, and I'm not an apologist for Marxism or Leninism. I don't identify with those things, but I feel that I have to defend, like, certain things, because I feel like modern people are just extremely stupid, or they're extremely miseducated, or they just have their heads in la la land. I mean, they're delusional. I mean, the stuff I hear the regular people talk about, like communism or leftism or anti-capitalism, or even, like, basic history about, like, the Soviet Union or, like, even Nazi Germany, even, like, it's just ludicrous. But again, like the title of this video, Karl Marx did not invent communism. Stop believing lies.